For you.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I really enjoyed This Is Not a Test.
That means the world to me. Thank you.
So tell me, how did it come to be?
To get the movie made, I discovered Courtney's book about 6 years ago. I was doing some research, more of like because I wanted to do a zombie movie. I was actually writing a spec script for a zombie show, and I was looking what else was out there that could be comparable or whatever. And I fell in love with her book, so I was just like, this would be a great film. And I got really excited. Like I thought Sloane's character, I really felt personal to me. I knew the story. I've always wanted to make a real good zombie film that I wanted to make, and I saw the opportunity. And then I DM'd her, the Courtney Summers, the author. I couldn't find any like a professional web. I couldn't find no contact. So I was like, okay, I'll just do that. And then she got back and she's like, oh, I'm a big fan of Pie Wacket. Oh my God, this is interesting. Let's figure this out. So we started emailing each other, and lucky enough, she gave me the rights to shop. And then I found Sybil a couple of years later, and she fell in love with it like I did. She was as passionate as I was. So I met, then we finally, I had to wrote the script. Sybil got it made. It was like 1 year later we're shooting, and now we're 1 year removed from that, and it's coming out. I mean, our first day of shooting was February 18th last
Wow,
year. So it's yeah, fast turnaround.
it's right there at the anniversary.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to make a zombie movie. Why a zombie movie?
It's just like a genre of music I love, right? So I watched Night of the Living Dead, the remake, first. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. It moved me so much. And then I watched the original and I was as moved, and I just was, and I loved 28 days later when it came out. I was always searching for zombie movies, and I was always disappointed if it wasn't a good one.
Yeah,
So I watched, a lot of the Italian ones too that were great. Um, and then, I just genre, I just always gravitated towards. I just like that backdrop. It's so like feels so hopeless and unique and scary, and see how you can survive in that environment. And then I made my first short film was a zombie movie, Somber Zombie, and I was like, if I ever, I can't like finish my career without making one. I just was
right.
so determined, I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna find the right one, and then it finally came. And it was, yeah, it was a 6 year journey to get it onto the screen, but it was so worth it.
Yeah, yeah. It's good, and I love the fact that it's fast zombies.
Yeah, me too.
I like that.
That's in the book. She cites Night of the Living Dead as a big inspiration, but also Dawn of the Dead. But she made that choice, and I wanted to honor that. But for me, I find them, they're I would say I mean, controversially say they're my favorite. They're my favorite zombie. They just find them scarier because I remember seeing like 28, even 28 weeks later, which is a big inspiration to this. Like they're so scary, so
Yeah,
ferocious, relentless. Oh.
yeah. I love that. And I love that that you did them simply. You didn't like really change the faces a lot, and you didn't make them more monster that, they could still pass for human that have just had a really bad day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was on purpose so you could see some of the humanity that was still there, especially with
That's
the
it.
eyes. Yeah, it made the eyes dark, so I feel like a curtain. There was something behind.
And the cast is fantastic. They were a great choice,
Yeah,
especially Olivia Holt.
yeah. No, she's
She
phenomenal.
she is, and she really made her character feel human and relatable, and the things she goes through is just gut wrenching.
Yeah, yeah. And she had, I appreciate her because she had to carry that as an actor, like through the shoot. I'm sure
Right.
she could put it away, and when she could pick it up when she needed to, but she has to carry that weight, and that's like having like the feeling of a depression, going through like a home that is like, a tumultuous home like that, a violent household. It's not great. It's hard to do, and she was fantastic. She was phenomenal. She was so professional. She showed up. She was great. She was there, and her performance brought me to tears on set many times, many, many, many times.
Well, I mean, like I said, they're all fantastic.
Oh
I
yeah.
really loved how much story you put into it. It's not just about, well, there are zombies killing everybody. It's about everybody surviving the zombies.
Yes, and also like how do you go through a depression while this is all happening? How do you find a reason to live when the world is
Right.
ending? I love that irony. That's what, that's all Courtney Summers. Like she really laid that down, that foundation with her sister, the whole thing with the father, the mother not being there in her life. Like it was all there. And then not only that, she has to face this household. She has to face turmoil she's going into herself, but also this group of people she's now faced with in the school. Just navigate all this, and that's why I love the book. I love the book because I went through something. I went through depression in my teens that I almost didn't get out of, and I could completely relate to her and made it very personal to me, and that's what made it a story I really wanted to tell. And like even people that see it, like, if you take the zombies away, you have it's like, again, the metaphor of a high school life sometimes. High school's hard, home is hard, this is hard. And she's, that's it, but she's,
Goes
people,
through it.
yeah,
Well, they all do. I mean, there's, these scenes that they kind of step off into their own world and experience the chaos and trauma, and then they all come back together and experience a different one together.
yes, that's
I
true.
mean,
That's the book as well, and which I loved because I never wanted to lose sight of is that they're still teens, they're still people. So, I mean, it breaks my heart. Remember, like, even shooting this stuff or reading it in the book where, they have connections anyway. They can't help it. They have certain connections to each other. They could be even attracted to each other. But like the world just won't let them anymore. The world has changed in this story, right? So they're doomed. So it's heartbreaking to me, that the world's going to crush you inside the house or outside in the world. So that drinking scene, this gets a lot of weight to it when he says, like, have you ever been in love? And no one says anything. Will they ever be? Will they ever get to be? Death is right at
it's
the door.
yeah, it's intense. It's a very intense movie, which is not, a complaint by any means. I like intense.
So
You
do
know what I
I.
mean? Because you're, right on the edge of your seat and you're yelling at them, "Don't open the door! Don't do that!" And yeah, yeah. And the ending, perfect.
Perfect. Chef's kiss. Love that. What? Okay. I got to turn the tables on you then. What made it perfect for you without giving any spoilers away?
Well, number one, you don't get those cheesy happy ever after moments that some movies try to do. I mean, the world is screwed.
Yeah.
It's not going to be rainbows and
Yeah.
flowers. It's, it's hard, it's tough. And this person who is questioning her reason for living now has the determination to live.
Beautiful. Yes,
And I
that's it.
think,
The hope. That's the hope.
I think
Well
it's
said.
huge.
Yeah, well
Mhm.
said. Oh, I appreciate
Very
that. And I
good.
get but that's Courtney, right? Like when I was reading the book, I had the same reaction you did because I was seeing get to this place, um, and I was like, how is this going to end? Because it's very similar. Like right? It's obviously it's the same, but she comes in, I'm like, how is this going to end? And when it ends, you're like, oh my God. But then it ends again. Like, then there's a conclusion, like puts it all together.
It does. I
That's
have
why
to
I
ask
added
one.
the card. That's why, sorry to cut you off, but that's why I added the card because that's her inner monologue is going because the book is from that perspective. So you can hear her thoughts. You're reading her thoughts. So I have to show it. I didn't want her to turn to Reese and say, "Hey, I'm feeling this right now." So
Right.
I used the Lily as that tool with the card to speak to her that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The message definitely got through.
Oh, that's great. The light. Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
I have one more question for you. If you had to describe this movie in 4 words, what would they be?
This is not a test. No, joking. Um,
We need to think about that.
no, I know. I described this movie in 4 words. Um, um, man, you got me on the spot here. Wow, that's too I can't do it in 4 words. If I had to do it in 4 words, I would just say, um, a great time at the movies.
So that works.
Just go see it. Go see the movie.
Watch This Is Not a Test in theaters February 20th, 2026, and visit HorrorFuel.com for horror news, reviews, interviews,